Greetings! You may be an avid dater, or you may not. You may have sought a date with me, or you may not. You may be single, or you may not. But either way, recent events with multiple individuals have compelled me to write this little opinion experience blog and share with anyone whom it might interest just why I stopped dating a while ago and why I'm not quite convinced that I should resume anytime soon. You're welcomed and encouraged to give me your honest feedback. Here goes. The top 3 reasons why I stopped dating. 1. The exhausting lies. 2. The annoying games. And 3. The insulting objectification. Details. The exhausting lies are too tiring and time-wasting to sort out and filter through. That's number 1. The annoying games are too frustrating and stressful to play defense against. That's number 2. And the insulting objectification is too disrespectful and demoralizing to tolerate. That's number 3. More details. The lies and language that I have to decode when trying to get to know guys is so exhausting and time-consuming that I lose interest and patience for the whole dating process. Here are just a few examples of such tiring translation toil discoveries. I own my own business, means I'm unemployed. I'm great with kids, means I have 10 kids and you look like their next sexy baby mama. I'm 6 feet, means I'm 5'9½". I'm a photographer, means I shoot my own collection of porn with any dumb dingbat who'll take her clothes off for me. I'm a rapper, means I'm a delusional wannabe who never had a strong, positive male role model in my life growing up as a child. I'm mature, means I'm a dirty child molesty pervert, old enough to be your daddy, with 3 ex-wives who all hate me with a passionate venom that would scare Hitler. She cheated on me because I work hard. Means she cheated on me because I ignored the crap out of her and I would like the opportunity to ignore the crap out of you too. Next. Oh, awesome! I'm saving myself for marriage too. Really means I started saving myself for marriage 5 seconds ago when you told me you were saving yourself for marriage, but really I'm going to try my damnedest to get you as far away as possible in the opposite direction of chastity. I don't like girls who need attention means I don't like being in a relationship. I don't have Facebook means I don't want you to know who I really am or see that I may still be in a relationship with someone else while I'm hitting on you. How about you come over to my place means how about I rape you? Or I'm a serial killer. Next, I work from home means my mom still does my laundry. Next, I'm a business traveler means I'm a settled married man with 3 clueless kids and a clinically depressed wife, and I was hoping you'd be one of my young pretty dumb whores in the city. Will ya? No. Next, meet me where I live means I don't have a ride and I plan to charm you into becoming one of my various female chauffeurs. I like younger women means I like clueless objects that I can control, and I'm a very small man inside. Yes, younger men are braver than I am. Next. Let's see. Oh my god, there's so many lies. So many lies. So little time. Alright. Next is drama follows me wherever I go. Means I keep pursuing the wrong people. I means I'm a chronic narcissist. So there's no room in my world for anyone but me. I saw this girl do this thing that wasn't nice or got her in trouble. That means, please don't do that. Oh, and I kind of suck at direct communication because I could have just said that, and that would have been an enlightening conversation that would have deepened and developed our relationship. But instead I had to passively aggressively give you this third-person story for you to pick up the subtle hints on, which is a lot more work than anyone should feel they ever have to do in a friendship or romance. See how many minutes of our lives this type of communication just wasted? Yeah. A lot. Everyone's a pervert, so stop looking for good people. Means I'm the biggest pervert in the world, but I'm insecure about it because I know it's effed up, so I have to rationalize and justify it by convincing you, me, and everyone else that everyone's a sick, perverted F like me, which is absolutely not true, but it makes me feel better about my crusty self to force my pervert ideology onto you. Stop that. Stop doing that. I don't want to hear it. Stop it. Thank you. Damn, you're gorgeous. Means, damn, I want to freak you. You know what the word really is, but we're going to try to keep it PG-13. I love your innocence means I would love to destroy your innocence. Girls are too complicated means relationships are too hard. I own 3 vacation houses means I will pay you for sex. I'd love to be your sugar daddy means I will pay you for sex. I want to spoil you means I will pay you for sex. The ladies love me means I'm a whore. Or I want you to think I'm a whore. Casual sex is healthy means I'm still definitely a whore. I used to be a player. I used to be a whore is what that means. But now I'm getting old and I need a wife so I don't die alone. So can I please pour all my gross, old, ugly baggage onto a pretty sweet young thing like you now? I want a girl who can take care of herself means I want a girl who can take care of me. I want a woman who stays busy means I don't really want a relationship. I just want a shallow, superficial business arrangement that involves a lot of physical connection and very little emotional connection, but I don't want her to notice that that's all it is, to avoid the risk of her cutting me loose at any given moment when she actually finds something real with another guy. That's called selfish. Now, I like it when a woman chases me instead. That means I'm gay. And that's all that means. It's not long, it's not drawn out, it's just gay. Totally gay. That's it. Just gay, 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 gay. Gay. You should want to chase the girl if you're a man. Thanks. I do a lot of computer work means I'm a gaming fanatic. And if you are, I'm not going to fault you for it. Just say that though. Just say it. Okay? So we can prepare to ourselves if we're interested. And if we're not, just let us know. Just let a girl know. Okay? I don't know why nobody likes me, quote unquote, really means, I don't know how to fix my painfully annoying or scary personality. Me neither, kid. I look like Blair Underwood means I look like Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav. I look like Michael Ealy means I look like Rihanna. I look like Zac Efron means I look like Jonah Hill. I look like Taylor Lautner means I look like Megan Fox. I look like Mario Lopez means I look like George Lopez. I look like Bruce Lee means I look like that naked Asian guy from the Hangover movies and Community. I'll never leave you hanging means I'll always leave you hanging. And the list goes on and on till the break of dawn. It starts off entertaining, but then it just becomes draining. And as a famous viral video star once said, ain't nobody got time for that. Now let's talk about the annoying games. A, the chasing game. B, the dating game. And C, the claiming game. This is how I have structured it in my mind. The chasing game. A, game number 1, is when the guy tries to manipulate a girl into dating him or dating him again, instead of actually listening to her wants, needs, or comfort preferences. So instead of molding his game to fit her, he tries to mold her to fit his game. Big mistake. Many guys do this, and there are 3 levels of it. Level 1, the fake connection. Level 2, the sales pitch. And level 3, the new girl. Let us begin. First, the guy pretends to connect with the girl on things that interest or matter to her. But he doesn't really care about these things or have serious interest in them. It's all just a blind, calculated tactic to trick her into thinking they share a connection. Second, the guy blindly pitches himself to the girl without really hearing or understanding her objection, and without truly understanding the objection, you can't effectively overcome it. So instead of hearing her problem and looking for a way to solve it or wait it out, he just tries to blindly bash her over the head with his thoughts, feelings, and desires, and then, just like all the other guys who failed to realize they weren't the first to try this angle and fall flat, he gets surprised when it doesn't work. Third, finally, the guy brings another female or a fake non-existent female into the equation, thinking the grass is always greener, and since women are known for their jealousy and people are known for their superficiality, meaning the shallowness of not seeing, liking, or fully appreciating someone until you see that someone else wants them, he tries to manipulate the girl that he really wants into thinking that he's dating somebody else who is usually either made up or an easy girl who's always been available to him, who he doesn't really want that badly but might settle for if he can't get the girl he really wants. But, guys, you must take this note. All right, take a note. This tactic only works on smart girls after they've gotten to know you, spent time with you, been romanced by you, and have decided for sure that they actually want and like you like that. They have to seriously want you before they're going to care that another woman has got you, basically. A smart girl, okay? Other girls, I don't even, they're different. But to smart girls, she has to want you in order to care that somebody else has you. A smart girl is not going to like you more just for being wanted by another woman, when she hasn't even decided that she trusts you enough to take you seriously yet like that for herself. Or she simply hasn't let you all the way inside her heart yet. A smart girl has to know who you are, connect with you, and take you seriously before she can be truly possessive over you. You have to build a relationship of some kind for that to happen. There must be an emotional bond first, a history with each other. Otherwise, she'll just cast you off into the friend zone for an eternity, assuming you were never seriously interested in getting to know her as a long-term romantic prospect. She certainly won't like you for acting like a prick to her, under any circumstances. If anything, she'll hold your rude behavior and deceptive acts against you, and it's never good to lose the respect or trust of a smart girl, because then it's hard to win her back. So the chasing game equals fail. Then there's the dating game. B, game number 2. This is when the guy actually gets the girl on a date with him, be it an exclusive date or usually unexclusive date, just to get to know each other. This is when the guy tries to manipulate the girl into either being exclusive with him or sleeping with him or both, by acting like someone he's not or by molding himself to fit her likes or both, instead of just experiencing the dating process naturally and getting to know each other honestly. So, instead of seeing if they both click mutually, he tries to force the click and fool her into thinking they are a perfect match, which is both dishonest, dangerous, and a big waste of everyone's time if you're not really a good match for each other. Level 1, the fake wealth. Level 2, the clone likes. And level 3, the hidden emotions. Now, first, the guy goes broke spending all his cash to impress the girl, which is truly sweet, but he's not honest about it. He pretends this is a normal, common date for him, fooling her into thinking he's always going to romance her like this. Then he holds it against her later when she expects something he set her up to expect. Meanwhile, she resents his dishonesty and bait-and-switch routine, plus he acts miserable because he's broke now. Second, then the guy acts like he's deeply connected to all the things the girl likes or cares about, pinpointing specific hot-button issues that he knows or suspects that she holds dear. And he copies and pastes her real personality profile data into his false personality profile template, acting like her twin, to fake compatibility with her. It's admirably ambitious, yes, but disturbingly fraudulent as well. Third, finally, and this is the most common level of the dating game, because unlike the 2 more ambitious positives to reach for, this is a very easy negative to simply fall into. In an effort to seem cool, or to manipulate her into thinking he's a big, emotionless, tough guy, which doesn't really exist unless you're a hitman or a sociopath, the guy will hide his emotions and true feelings on matters from the girl, instead of honestly, directly communicating to her how he feels, what he thinks, or what he's been through. He deliberately hides his own personal truth from her, likely out of fear that she won't think he's a man if he opens up to her honestly and directly, which is a real issue with dumb girls and mean girls, but smart girls and nice girls will not ever hold your humanity against you. Ever. We just won't ever do that. We will never think less of you for being honest about the depths of your true feelings. We will always appreciate and respect you for opening up to us and being honest, sensitive, and emotionally intimate with us. Always. Because we crave emotional intimacy. We thrive on it. We thrive on it. Plus, that's one big way to get a very special place in our overly emotional hearts. We'll even understand you better and be more consciously gentle with your heart once you reveal to us that you have one. Too many guys are too insecure to expose their hearts, even to nice girls. Thus, the girl never lets him into her heart because trust is a two-way street. And I know, it's a vicious cycle, right? So, I guess timing really is everything. So the dating game equals fail. Now we have the claiming game. C, game number 3. Yes, the claim game begins. Okay? Now, with the claim game, and this one is probably the worst, I would say, in my opinion, at least from my experiences. This is when the guy tries to manipulate the girl into being exclusive with him, usually before he's truly bothered to get to know her. He just sees her, maybe even dates her briefly, but he decides that he wants her all to himself, often when he sees that other guys want her or like her. Yet he hasn't bothered to get to know her properly, and in too many cases, he hasn't even taken her out on a date yet. And sometimes they haven't even met face to face yet. But yet he just wants to stuff her in his pocket before spending any real quality time and or romance with her. And then he often holds it against her when she refuses to go along with this oppressive, often one-sided pathology. Level 1, the scary guilt story. Level 2, the secret spy ops. And level 3, the insulting style offense. First, the guy tries to scare and guilt the girl into not socializing with any other members of the male species by telling her a scary or sad or both story about the bad behavior of another girl and how she either hurt or embarrassed her boyfriend. This is to do a couple things. This is to, 1, manipulate the girl into thinking of the guy who is telling her the story as her boyfriend before he's actually reached that level of the video game. 2, shame the girl into feeling bad about hanging out with her current male friends so she'll stop it. And 3, frighten her away from making any new male friends, even if romance never develops and the guy and girl have never even solidified an exclusive relationship with each other yet. Second, the guy goes into recon mode on the girl, using soft interrogation like asking deliberate questions in the frame of casual conversation, stalking her online, monitoring her actions, spying on her secretly, and looking for any evidence of her reaching out to others in any social capacity, especially if she looks attractive to guys. It's considered manipulation because he pretends he's not doing it or that he's too busy to call her back or text her, yet he's following her around online, watching her every move, leaving fingerprints of his presence without realizing it. This is undoubtedly the creepiest level of the claim game. But there's more. There's always more. Oh, yes, always more. Third, the guy styles on the girl. And this is the worst part of the claim game. I would say. It's actually, some girls would say that spying on them is worse. I guess I'm not that private, so I would say that styling on me, being mean to me or embarrassing me is the worst. Because that's just mean. This is where the guy, he basically acts like a douche to the girl, usually without saying why, if he can even put it into words, but also if he admits to her that he's reacting to her innocent behavior that he saw whilst he was spying on her or playing her like a creep, then he would have to then finally come clean and admit to her that he's been spying on her or playing her, which is actually much worse than what he's acting mad about, and it makes him the bad guy, thus taking away his staggeringly hypocritical right to feign self-righteous angst, and instead giving her the right to be pissed at him on at least 2 counts. 1, spying on her, and 2, styling on her, plus maybe 3, playing her. Note, this can mean purposely ignoring her, purposely breaking your word to her, purposely embarrassing her, or purposely lashing out at her via conversation, or trying to sabotage her. Any of this stuff, like a hip-hop reality TV star or athlete trying to save face in a rap battle cast reunion show or the big game, instead of being real with her, like a sane, honest, mature individual. It's hard to get a girl to ever consider claiming you or letting you claim her once you break this trust barrier or make her feel unjustifiably disrespected. Don't disrespect us. You can get away with that with dumb girls. You cannot get away with that with smart girls. It's easy to get her to despise you or simply lose interest in you, though. So guys, never get to this point. Just don't do it. No. Just don't do it. Don't get to this point. Stop yourself. Find the leash, put it on, and control yourself. Yank it. Pull it back. All right? Just, you know what I'm saying? Just try. Just don't stall on a girl that you really care about and really want and really like, because she will probably never look at you the same after that, ever. Nice girls will find it hard to forgive, tolerate, or like you again after this level of emotional retardation has been reached. Plus, come on, nobody likes to feel insulted or disrespected, and nice girls, just like nice guys, do not deserve that kind of treatment ever. They just don't. Nice people deserve to be treated nicely, period. All right? I mean, if she didn't cheat on you or do you wrong, you know, What the dilly? Come on, man. Be a man. Come on, be nice. Don't call yourself a nice guy if you don't act like a nice guy. So the claiming game equals fail. All these various games stress me out, absorb massive amounts of my emotional energy, and deter me from wanting to be bothered with relationships at all. Because the audition process is so draining, complicated, and frustrating. Even just for friendship, which is what it all usually ends up as. This is only one of the many reasons why I have a love-hate relationship with humanity. So 3, now finally, and I know this is a long vlog, whatever, I'm sorry, but I just decided to keep it all together. I didn't want to split it up into parts. Maybe next time I will, I don't know. But the third and final thing here is the insulting objectification issue. First, we had the exhausting lies to sort through. Whoop, that's number 1. Then we had the annoying games to battle against. That's number 2. Now we have the insulting objectification to escape. I put this one last because even when the lies are filtered through and the games are paused or squashed, usually the shallow superficiality of trophy wife objectification remains, and this is where most of my marriage proposals from guys come from. Now, many guys have told me they wanted to marry me. Many guys have told me they loved me. And many guys have told me they never wanted anyone more than me. Many guys have told me that what every girl wants and needs to hear at least once in her life. And, you know, that's nice. You know, they've told me that repeatedly. So why don't I appreciate it? Because I don't believe them. Duh. I believe that they believe them, mostly. I think most of them believe them when they say these things. I think most of them do. I don't know about all of them, but I do believe that most of them really do seem to believe it when they say it. But guys lie to themselves more than women do. I think it's like a biological thing that God kind of did to guys to kind of make them so positive that they believe the positive delusions when they haven't even vetted them. Whereas girls are a little more realistic, and that's why we tend to be a little more serious sometimes, because we see things a little bit more for what they are sometimes. Don't get me wrong, girls can be, you know, overly romantic sometimes and think that the world is a romantic comedy movie, I guess. I don't know. I've never really met a woman who really thinks that way. I mean, I've met girls who think life is Dawson's Creek, I guess, or Friends, I don't know. But I know that everybody can be brainwashed by the media, but I'm talking about in terms of, like, let's say people who don't watch TV. I would say that if nobody watches the media, guys are still a lot more delusional than girls when it comes to seeing certain things realistically. The guys tend to think of themselves as more invincible, whereas girls, we see our vulnerability before we see anything else. We always look at oh wait, no, that's dangerous, not going to do that. Whereas guys are like, yeah, I could do that, what? And then the girls are like, whoa, wait, hold on a second. No, if you do that, you're going to fall off that cliff and die. You know? And so then guys will be like, oh, yeah. Okay, you're right. I see that. You know what I'm saying? That's why yin and yang, we're kind of like bouncing out. And I know sometimes it's backwards. Sometimes girls act like guys and guys act like girls in that respect. And it's not necessarily a gender thing. It's just that, you know, that's sort of the role that both genders tend to be. You know, guys are the more, I guess, idealist, and girls are more realist in that respect when it comes to reality. In that respect, I guess. I don't know. But but yeah, guys tend to lie to themselves more than women do. So if you don't ever bother to get to know me, then you don't ever deserve to own me. I will resent you for trying to keep me all to yourself like a pet rock if you don't do the real work of getting to know me and deeply connect with me. Either we're in this together or you're in this alone, buddy. But either way, you are not going to take me off of the throne in my life just so that I can be a footstool in yours. Period. Okay? I will repeat that. You are not going to take me off the throne in my life just so I can be a footstool in yours. Yes, I said it, and I will say it again. I mean it. Okay, either we're a team or you're a bachelor and I'm a free agent. Either we will conquer the world together or I will conquer it without you and eventually with someone else. But either way, I'm not going to stop being a shooting rock star in my world to be nothing more than a pet rock in yours. I would rather actually be alone than to feel alone in a relationship, because at least when you're single, you can mingle with your admirers and other single friends, you know? But when you're alone by yourself in a relationship, oh God. That's the loneliest, most painful, hard to explain, diminishing, and self-esteem shattering feeling in the world. And I know this from the personal experience of being there. Okay, that is quicksand swamp that I will not go back to. So I'm flattered by your desire for me, but I will hate you if you try to make me your trophy wife. Because I'm not a thing, I'm not a doll, I'm not a rock, plant, or pet, I'm not a friggin' stray cat. I'm also not even your child. I'm a human being, I'm a person, but I'm also your mutual equal. Your softer, gentler, prettier teammate. And if you don't treat me like that, all the flattery and money in the world won't get me to love you, like you, or keep you in my life. It's exciting when guys compete for my hand, but it's insulting when guys try to bag me like a lifeless prize, like I'm just an expensive sports car without knowing or caring about my heart, soul, or mind. Because chasing me when you know me is the highest, most flattering honor. But just trying to collect me with no aggressive interest in learning who I am just because I'm pretty or talented or wanted or I sparkle more than the other girls do is the most egocentric, shallow, superficial, annoying, exhausting, insulting, and pointless excuse for a loving relationship that I have ever encountered. I was tricked into that by my first boyfriend. I will not be duped into it again. I learn from my mistakes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm so happy and grateful to be wanted, but I'm so tired of almost nobody who claims to want me ever really truly trying to know who the beep I am. They want the gift without opening the box, just because it's wrapped so pretty or cool and fun looking. But I will not be your gift if you refuse to open me. I will never be anyone's gift until they bother to unwrap the paper. That is my protest, that is my lament, that is my literal boycott. That is my emotional cause. I am passionate about never being owned by anyone who refuses to look under the hood and see what or who is actually inside. Take it or leave it, but that is my stance. In summary, because we are ending this before this reaches 30 minutes, I hope. 1, you don't get to own me until you get to know me. 2, if you use a manipulative game to catch me, your manipulative games will lose me. And that is too much work to constantly be doing in a romance when relationships are already work as it is. Why do you want to add more work with silly games? And I assure you, if you gotta play games to catch a fish, you gotta keep playing games to keep that fish. And that is way too draining and exhausting as time carries on, especially if either of you actually has a life. 3, I don't date liars, and I don't even prefer them as friends either. I prefer to keep my distance from liars because I don't want their disease of deception to infect any part of my life. Also remember this, you cannot hide who you are from somebody and then expect them to like you for who you are when all you've done your entire time with them is pretend to be someone you're not. If you want someone to like you for who you are, well then show them who you are, and then we'll see. Now look, I don't know who's a serious gentleman or just a really convincing fool, but I do know that I'm not actively seeking any romance in my life with anyone right now. I was really just looking for a Valentine's date or a Valentine friend, really, not a boyfriend or a part-time lover. But now I have all these seemingly decent guys knocking down my door, and I don't really know what to say to any of you, because I don't have anything to give you. I'm drained and busy and not interested in the exhaustive audition process that is dating, which is the basic way that you get to know if someone may match you well in a romantic context. Yes, I'm usually curious about meeting new people with the laid-back awareness that it could, though most likely won't, later lead to a long-term romance, or more likely a close friendship. But right now I have a lot of creative projects, family matters, and a social club to deal with, so I don't have the emotional energy to give to the exhausting lies, annoying games, and insulting objectification that is the dating and romance world, aka the people world, because honestly, even friends stress me out. And I'm not even a high-strung person at all. I have a Taurus moon, for Pete's sake. My emotions can tolerate a lot. But it's been my experience that whenever I rely on people, they let me down. Bad. But whenever I rely on ideas, God, and myself, I succeed. See, the first phase of my life I spent trying to be understood and make best friends. The second phase of my life I spent trying to save my generation and lead my fellow youth to the promised land. The third phase of my life I spent trying to be liked and connect with new people, as the closer, familiar people in my life either moved away, got sick, or died. Then the most of the people that are the new people that I connected with either let me down or vexed me. I have nothing to show for any of it. Now, the wise old soul in me calls that valuable lessons learned, but the ambitious young mind in me calls that valuable time lost. Time I can't recoup, a wasted investment, but when I create, share, and market recorded, independent, self-contained projects that don't require social loyalty to move forward, I always have something to show for my time spent on this planet. I always have proof of my natural contributions to this universe that God put me in for some reason. So, now in this phase of my life, I'm building my kingdom. And it will be magnificent. A kingdom that will last and won't get knocked down or washed away by the ocean shore in a split second, like all the other types of kingdoms do. This is why I've consciously decided to put most or all of my energy into building my kingdom of the creative soul, the moral intelligence, the life education, and the altruistic humanitarian help that I believe I was put on this earth to give. I hate to sound jaded or mathematical about it, but relationships are untrustworthy, fickle, unpredictable, and can fall apart like a house of cards at a moment's notice if you haven't thoroughly vetted your partner, yourself, or your circumstances. And I'm not the master of vetting people, trust me. People are not my strength. Ideas are my strength. People are just my interest and need, but not my strength. Because people equal politics, and I suck at politics. I'm great at campaigning, but I suck at politics. So, in this phase of my life, I'm going to play to my strengths, which is ideas. And if I happen to fall in love along the way, fine, great, wonderful. But until then, or until vetting is properly executed, the only lover I belong to is me, moi, and no one is allowed inside my bed besides my future husband. Period. That is all why I stopped dating, and I'm not convinced I should bother with it again until I'm independently rich and famous, or secretly rich and unknown. Thank you. Come again. Have a lovely day. That is why I stopped dating. Sorry this was so long. Let me end it now before it goes to 32 minutes. Too late.